Oh, we're in the late 90s.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
Wow, talk about an introduction. Oh, someone at the door. Oh.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for.
It's about the money. It's about the money. If it's not about love, it's about money. It's one of those two things, always.
I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were. I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Okay. Complete the family tree of the Roottrees sisters. Siblings are in birth order, oldest to youngest. Okay. Examine my evidence. Search the internet for clues. Fill in the names. Fill in the occupations. Salute. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, okay. There's so many buttons. What's this? Oh. Got milk picture? The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters Got Milk ad. Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember when every celebrity was doing like a Got Milk campaign? And they had the milk mustaches painted back on them? I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake, but I just said that. I just said that. Yes, throwback. On which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottrees is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." That is so true, man. I don't know what it was. The milk companies back in the day were like pushing, you gotta have your calcium, and everybody was jumping on board. Okay, so these are the sisters. And then there's this one. The list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of names. You have to go through all these people? That's a lot. A lot of people trying to claim that they're blood relatives. That's what I'm getting. Oh, so you can like separate it. Okay. You can get on the computer. 1998. I was just about to be born. Like less than a month. Okay. Welcome to the Information Superhighway. Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Your PC is equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web. That's when we used to call the internet, right? The World Wide Web. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer, or burn a music CD to listen to later. Whoo! Happy surfing! Okay. Oh my gosh. This is so nostalgic. That was amazing. That was amazing. Spider search. Can you like literally type whatever? No. So I could literally just Google Roottrees. No way. The first few pages are filled with news results about the plane crash. Besides that, there are countless advertisements and conversations about the various products made by the Roottrees Candy Company. Huh. Most articles mention Carl, president. His daughters are also eulogized collectively. The Roottrees sisters. Wow. This is so cool that you can do that. I guess I should disconnect. Oh, so that takes you back to the home. Okay, welcome to your notepad. On each page... Oh! Well, A. Mullins, thank you so much for the sub. Oh, thank you. Oh, my gosh. Well, my goodness, thank you for gifting that many subs. Wow. A total of 12 on this channel. Thank you so much. So welcome to your notepad. On each page, other than this one, you can jot down important information such as names, family relationships, marital status, sibling count, or anything else you'd like to remember. Okay. Page titles can be... Oh, so you can like literally make your own notebook. Highlight any text in your web browser or evidence for the quick option to add it to your notes. Okay. The entire contents of your notepad are saved even if you quit the game. Don't forget to check them when you return, okay? Family reminders, siblings, people that share the same parents, cousins, people that share the same grandparents, not the same parents. Oh, okay. K through 12 stands for kindergarten through 12. Schools produce yearbooks, which are albums. Oh, hey, Goob Jetpack. I totally understand. Like, I get it. I have games like that where I'm like, ooh, I want to watch, but I also want to play. So I get it. Okay, very, very cool that you can just add stuff to your notebook. What's the rubber duck do? Don't know where to look? He's a hint. I love it. Oh, is it? Let's see. Oh, it is. Okay. I'll move it when if like we have to add a page, I'll definitely move it. So that way we can all read. Yes. But I don't have anything yet, but if I add one, I'll move it. Cuz this game is like newer, so I actually can just like go over to my second monitor and move things around. Oh, okay, that's where we were already at. Is there anything else we can click on? Riot Girl. Avril Lavigne. That's what it looks like. Okay. Some family tree. Mystery comics. What's this? Okay. Some books. Oh, that's cool. You can literally adjust the music volume. Nice. Oh, you can even change the music track. Nice. This is nice sleuthing music. Sweet. Okay, so wait, I think we had some objectives somewhere. Yeah. So we need to fill in their names, fill in the occupation, fill in the photos. Well, we have the photos here. How do I add the photos to the board? You don't have any to get started. Click on the face. Oh, click on the faces of the evidence. Oh. Now I can add it to the board? Ah. Now the question is, because it says siblings are in birth order, I don't know who's the oldest or youngest. What's up, Uncle Willingly? Welcome to the stream. We know that, okay, we know that they're all models. We do know this. But we don't know their names. But I bet you if we research Roottrees sisters, I bet you we'll find their names. What's up? Welcome to the educator. Let's go to the computer. Reconnect to the internet. Let's do Roottrees sisters. Okay. So unofficial Roottrees fan site. It's neon pink. Rihanna? Oh, there we go. Okay. So Rihanna Roottree is the oldest. Oh, there's all their names. Riley is the smart one. And Rose is a middle child like me. You might think they're rich just because they're models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company. And their mom, Brenda, there we go. Their mom is Brenda. Yeah, they do. You know, I know a lot of people that do that. Like my cousins. I have 4 cousins and all of their names start with the letter A. So she is a fashion designer, so we know that much. And their dad, I think his name was Carl, right? He's the president of the candy company. Yeah. Yeah, that must be like a thing that people like to do. They do modeling for her brand Root. Okay. Roottrees candy all the time. My favorite are Maple Crisp, and I tried to dress in plaid Root clothes like Riley does in most. Oh. That's an identifier. Riley likes to wear plaid. Oh, this is so fun. Likes to wear plaid. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. So there's another identifier. Rose has pierced ears. Let's go back to our evidence board. Aha! Rose with your pierced ears. So Rose would be the middle one. Riley's wearing plaid. So that means she'd be the oldest one, and then this would be Riley. Yeah. So this would be Raina. And then the middle one is Rahohus. I don't see her name. Let's type it. Why is it not on here? Yeah, maybe it is a nickname. There's a family I teach where everyone's initials are the same. The mom, the dad, the daughter, and the brother. Really? That must be a more common thing than what I knew it to be. This is true. And the more I think about it, I actually know another family, and all of their names start with J. Maybe that's just more common. So if it's a nickname, do you think maybe it's on the where's that list at? I have a list of something somewhere. Yeah. Well, there's no Rose on here. Doesn't seem to be. All right, back to the computer. We gotta figure this out. Raina Rahose is a middle child like me. Let's go search that. Rose Roottrees. Huh. Interesting. So if her name's not popping up, if someone isn't in the list of names that your employer provided, doing a deeper dive on what you've learned about them will often lead to additional discoveries. A good research tip is to make note of any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines that you don't recognize. So maybe we should look for the Root clothing brand? So Root, okay, is a clothing company. They make clothing for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. You've spied the Roottrees sisters looking really fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, or Raina. See, there's the name again. You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984, and Raina appeared on almost all of them. There's only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottrees, the Roottrees sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. Oh, the site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly. Yes. Yes. Oh. So she's actually, okay. So her name is Carly. Let's go back to Roottrees. Oh, we did it! We did it. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. You've also locked the following optional entries. None. Booyah!
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Sweet.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine. The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
Okay.
Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
That's
Lastly,
helpful.
you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottrees had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
This is so fascinating to me. I feel like I'm playing a big game of, what's that genealogy website?
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
Interesting. Yes, Ancestry. I feel like I'm playing a big game of Ancestry. Oh, this is huge. Oh my goodness. Oh. Let's get to sleuthing. Oh, goodness. Okay. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, they will be locked in. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. Oh my gosh, look how big it is. It's huge. Wow. Have any of you ever looked up your family tree and tried to do it though? Okay, good thing yes, that's good because I have my paper here, but I don't see how I can't do games without writing at least something down. My brain can't even remember what I ate for breakfast, so there's that. Yeah, like Tori, I've done like a pretty good bit of it, but I haven't like fully immersed into it. I got pretty far though. I got to the 1800s, I think. But I know there is this one guy in my family who was really looking into it on one side of my family, and he went all the way back to like the 1600s, 1500s. Like he went super far. Yeah, this is huge. Okay, well, it looks like Raina was married to someone, so it probably would be helpful to let's start there, and then also with the parents, right? Yeah. Okay. We know that Carl's one of them. Maybe let's look up Brenda. Brenda White? No, that can't, is that, Can't remember if that was her name or not. So I know my dad's side, but not my mom's at all. And apparently it was hard to follow my grandmother's side of the family because the hospital she was born in burned down before things got digital or something. Ah. Wow, that's a really far ways back, Tori. The 800s, what? Okay. And we could put Carl here. He was the CEO of a company. Let's go back. Oh, we have periodicals in public library now. Cool. Brenda Roottrees. Ah, Brenda White. That was her name. So let's go ahead and put her on here. Yeah. So basically, Tori, you are some form of royalty. Is that what we're hearing? And let's also look up Raina Roottrees. Maybe we can find out who she was with. Got married to TMS. Let's look up TMS. Maybe if we just search TMS. Oh, TMS is a common abbreviation for early 90s teen heartthrob Tommy Mark Sheridan. His first credited role as Thomas Sheridan was on a soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role in the sitcom Brother Trouble. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he has often been on the cover of tabloids for his supposed drug use, and more recently, his relationship with Raina Roottrees. After a short engagement, they married in 97 when she was only 19 and he was 23. Oh, wow. So let's go back and let's put Tommy Mark. That was her spouse. Oh, that wasn't a listed name. Mark Landon? I don't think he's a listed name. And what was his name again? Tommy Mark. So he would be in the S's. Thomas Sheridan. Oh yeah, Thomas Sheridan. That was his name, right? His first as Thomas Sheridan. Okay, so let's put Thomas Sheridan down. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I don't want to be royalty unless it's Genovian. Genovia. Did you see that movie came out with a vinyl for the soundtrack of the movie? Without doing it myself, my last name is also the last name of someone related to Anne Boleyn. So it's a family legend that we are distantly related to her, but I'm not sure if that's ever been proved. That's really cool. I don't think so far I don't think I know like any. I don't think I'm related to any like one spectacular or like famous or anything. Least to my knowledge. Yes, you got to look it up. It's really cool. And it has like a really cool design on the record too. But it would be an awesome soundtrack to have on record. Miracles happen. Good stuff. Oh. Okay. I feel like we've done a lot. Oh, we need to look at our other evidence too. I totally forgot. This is a list of notable root trees. The person who hired you gave you this list and said everyone on it could be found easily via your search engine. Ah, okay. So basically we need to look up all these people. Okay. This is an advertisement for 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Okay. What's intuition? You've been added to this line of work for a long time, so long in fact you've developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. What? Oh my goodness. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells, a list of famous people that you can find via search engine. It's pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members. New discoveries will be added to the list and old evidence will become less useful. Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at the people or phrases it mentions. Often the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a past you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Sometimes the reason certain evidence has such high value is because it can lead finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Oh, wow. So there's 11 things tied to just this advertisement. There's 35 attached to this. Wow. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared on your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After quick tests, the figure gave you resources. Yeah. Okay. I say let's start with Carl. Let's just read a little bit about him. I feel like that's a great place to start. Okay. There's a short press release that Roottrees Candy Company released today. Oh. It is with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, the Roottrees sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottrees family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year. Let's look that up. Business Watch magazine. It's focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. Okay. They call Watchman of the Year. A few searches that 2 Roottrees have been featured as Watchman of the Year: Elias Roottree and Carl Roottree. So maybe that would be his great-grandfather? Is that what it said in the previous article? Yeah, great-grandfather, okay. Oh, Elias Roottrees was awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936 for his accomplishment of rolling out 5 pieces to a global market. This is so good. Okay, so Elias is the one that rolled out 5 pieces. Okay, now let's look up Carl. So Carl won 1987 for his work with Root. Okay, the cover and a summary of the article has been added to your evidence. Wonderful. Let's go. Ooh, look. It's got his picture. This is good. This means we can add it to the list. Carl was chosen not for his work at Roottrees Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. So before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin, Jim. Okay, so Carl has a cousin, Jim. Okay, a notable singer. Ooh, he's a singer. Who had a young daughter around the same age. Also has daughter close in age to Raina. But I feel like I'm going to be really bad at highlighting and adding to my journal. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr., who had just become president of Roottrees at the time, spearheaded Root. Okay, so he has a second cousin named. So that's interesting that his second cousin became over the company. We can add his picture though. And then this is Elias. Okay. Elias forms the Roottrees Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. And during the period before Five Pieces, the company is barely profitable. Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children. 4 more follow, leading to Elias and Ben's 5 Pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. 5 Pieces are first sold in some Pittsburgh market. 5 Pieces are rolled out to all of New England. The new recipe and flavor is finalized, and the candy begins nationwide distribution. Purchase every available Maple Farm, Pennsylvania. Wow. Talk about a growing business. With the help of his son, Elias Roottrees Jr., warehouse building. Production is tripled and worldwide production begins. Wow. Oh, wow. We just learned so much. Okay. First of all, let's add Roottrees Carl to the list. Yeah. And then, so because, okay, it's his great-grandfather, right? So this would be his parents, and that would be his grandparents, and then this would be, yeah, look, here's Elias. His great-grandfathers. Okay. So, Elias? Technically, wouldn't he be a CEO too? Student, travel agent, retail. That's the only thing I'd be worried about is like putting their wrong profession. But I guess he would be a CEO. He started this company. And they're the ones that had the 5 kids, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Oh, this is like for the end when you get to like see if you got everything right. Okay. So it tells you her name is Gwyneth. Oh, we don't know what her name is. I had to turn a light on because it's getting so dark. That's because the weather. Yeah, that's how I feel so far. I'm like, This also, I wanted to also notice that he had, like, what flavors or what? Because he said he named his kids after the flavors. Oh, the ad also mentions the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Oh, okay. So these 5 children would be the new 5 kids. I know. Actually, it's supposed to like rain like all week here. We've just been having some like blech kind of weather. Oh, it's saying that it's Gwyneth Roottrees. Let's go back. But all it has is Gwendolyn. Maybe that's her name. Maybe it's Gwendolyn with Roottrees. Gwyneth. Including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. Before him marrying Elias, Gwyneth Roottrees was Gwyneth Anderson. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson Maple Farm so long as she married. The farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. I think it's supposed to get cold like this weekend, because I know like while I'm working, it's supposed to be like 30s in the morning. Though the Roottrees Candy Company extended well beyond their original farm, it has been preserved as a tourist attraction, according to their website, Daily Demonstrations. Okay. Aha. Ooh. So let's add her to the list now. So she is Gwyneth Anderson. It said she was a housewife. So that looks right. I wonder if something's wrong though, because isn't it once you get 3, they're supposed to lock in. That's what I'm wondering. I feel like I have like one little thing wrong. That's not correct. But was he the one that was supposed to be the farmer, or was she's the one that was like inheriting the farm, right? Let me go back. So as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson Maple Farm so long as she married. Okay. Well, maybe he would be considered. Before Elias took over, okay, their success was not immediate until they decided to combine maple with other flavors. So I guess he would be kind of considered that, wouldn't he? Let's look up Elias. Oh yeah, that's right. We already had that one in. And we know he was the CEO, so I would think that those would be right. Yeah, I think it's just saying that if you get, because it says 3 out of 9, and it says every time you get 3 additional blood relatives and like everything's correct, they will be locked in. So I guess I was doubting that I had something correct because these 3 that we've put in haven't locked in. And they should, from what I understand. That's why I was wondering if I got their occupation wrong or something. I didn't like that song. Change it. Now, there's still some... Yeah, there's still... It says 3 things related to that. Oh, yeah. This is something to, like, think about, too. There was a lot of information in here. He has a daughter. So his daughter is the first one. 5 pieces are sold. New England. The Roottrees Candy Company purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania with the help of his son, Elias Roottrees Jr. In Butler County. Production is tripled and registration begins. Let's look up Elias Roottrees Jr. Maybe that's what we need to do. What are the other job role options? Let me look. Actor, advertising, cashier, CEO. There's manufacturing. Principal, professor, retail. Yeah, that was it. All right, but let's read about him. Elias Roottrees Jr.'s name is listed on the website about historical buildings in Butler County. He's listed alongside an old residence that has been preserved called Hunch Top House. Can I look up this? Look at this new system coming fall of 1999. Oh, that's a good point, Tori. I don't know. Maybe so. Like, oh, that's a good point. Like he was the first president? What would that make him? Hold up. We read about this. Let's see. Something about Carl's cousin Jim, a notable singer, seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr., who had just become president of Roottrees at the time, spearheaded Root. Wait, I didn't see this part. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed their tune. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became their catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. I didn't read any of that. What's up, the Emmy fandom? Welcome to the Roottrees Sisters Are Dead, or the Roottrees Are Dead. So he definitely was president. So I think you're right. But which one was he? Was he president 3, 4? He can't be the second. Oh, Tori! That's what it was. You genius, you. Ah, you genius. Okay. This is good. This is so good. This is good. Now that we have this locked in, that means that that's done. We can move on and let's further our investigation. Okay. So apparently he has... Oh, goodness. I wonder if we could find out who's Carl's parents, which would be their grandparents. Let's see. I'm just gonna look up his parents. Or let's look up Ernie, not Ernie. Jim Roottrees. Let's look up him. He's apparently a singer. There we go. There we go. We're getting somewhere. James Roottrees. So his name is actually James. Is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife. Oh, now we've got the wife. Diamond LaRue. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. Although Jim writes the majority of songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance. Okay, let's do it. That's them. Was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. It satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation. Unless carrying somewhat ironically, listeners didn't pay attention to the lyrics. Because it was such a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore. Only the great-grandson of Elias Roottrees could make disco this sweet. It is credited to Peter Jenhowicz from MMM. Music and lyrics by Jim Roottrees, vocals. Oh, we even have lyrics on here. I think we need a sample of the song. Oh, there's a sample of the song. I'm so glad they included this. Man. And they even included the lyrics. That's all right to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. It's just amazing that they put this in here. But it is such a bop, isn't it? Okay, that's amazing. Let's add them to the list. So there's only two. Okay, oh, they all got married. Well, it's probably this one. Oh yeah, he's notable. Right? Because this one is saying that this one divorced, and it didn't say that they divorced. But it doesn't give a picture for the other one. It's just so good. Diamond. Singer. Or musician. Okay, that looks like it could be right. Oh, you can put the pictures there. I can't focus because of this song that's playing right now. I have to skip it because I'm going to just keep dancing the whole time. Okay. I think that's right. Because that's his cousin. He's married. He's supposed to be a notable person. Okay. Where now to? Was there anything else that we could put by Diamond LaRue? There was something. Maybe we should look it up. Maybe we should look up Diamond LaRue. I forgot you can actually just highlight and then just hit search. Oh, it's the same article. Okay, well. And they have children, if this is in the right spot. Jim Roottrees. Nothing new, yeah. Huh. Or, oh, I know. Let's look up Jim and Diamond. No. But we should also look up what was the other in the evidence that we had said we would look up? Oh yeah, it was his second cousin, Ernie Jr. Ernie Jr. was a former president of the Roottrees Candy Company. He seemed to directly precede Carl Roottrees, and one website even says that he was Carl's mentor. He was apparently very successful as a president, but not so much a public figure. He was rarely seen in public and stepped down due to illness in 1996. He has since passed away. Oh, wow. So Ernie Jr. would have been considered... Wait, where does it explain what a second cousin is? People that share the same great-grandparents, but not the same grandparents. So, okay. This would have been his grandparent. They don't share the same grandparent, which means that Ernie Jr. is going to be somewhere on the other side. We don't know about that yet, though. Probably need to, let's look up the rest of these notable figures then. Okay. Let's look up Gwen Roottrees. Alright, you find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. I got my haircut yesterday, and I never noticed that, like, close to where I get my haircut, there's this huge thrift store on the other side of the street. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go in there. And they had this huge bin of, like, a bunch of VHS tapes of, like, all the great movies, like Matilda and Miss Doubtfire and all of those classic movies. And I was like, want to buy, but what would I do with it? I just miss having a physical thing that also honored the art and beauty of the thing. Yeah, I know. It's so bad. Have to control myself. Did you know I just gave up all of well, not all of them. I gave up half of my VHSs because I was like, okay, really, what am I going to do with these? So I did. I gave them away. I'm trying to get better. Yeah. So Gwen Roottrees is a well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. Ah. So Gwen is an actress. Oh, she got a divorce. That's important. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwen from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know Gwen was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrees? She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare in those days. Ah. That is very important to know. This photo is a widely circulated photo of Gwen. You've seen it on multiple old film websites. Okay, so since she got a divorce, wait, what did it actually say what she was? Gwen was the granddaughter. Okay, so if she's the granddaughter, then that means she's somewhere on this line, which means that let's see, the only one that's divorced would be this one. None of the other ones got divorced, so it must be this one, right? Wait. Oh, I gotta click it. Yeah. And she was an actor. But we don't know who she was married to, though. Yeah. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized. Well, if it was highly publicized, right? Then I wonder if there's something in, like, the periodical. Oh, there it is. Wild Bill Williams. Wild Bill Williams. Wild Bill Williams. Let's look up this name. Oh, here it is. Wild Bill Williams was the leading man of some non-notable movies. Non-notable. He appeared in an adventure movie called Fortune Favors the Grave. He was known for good looks and off-screen romances with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party. He grew up in Paris, France. Well, let's look up the movie, because we have yet to find what his real name was. Guys Like Us. Guys Like Us is a 1953 film in which 2 secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life. Starring Gwen Roottrees, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. The title is a play on words, as it can be read that the 2 women are men similar to other men, or that men are fond of them. Yeah, it's some kind of stage name, but we need to know what. What is it? Oh, you know what? Am I getting the things that are printing out? Oh, I guess so, because they've been added. We just don't know what his name is. Now, technically, though, it says unknown male name. So we can put that, but... And then you've got this random box for the 3 children. Actually, her picture doesn't even have one of those what do they call it? This thing? Intuition? So maybe there's nothing else to really link there. Let's keep going, though. Let's look up red root tree. Aloysius Herring Roottrees, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Roottrees Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a landslide. Oh. So this is actually... Okay, this is very important. Because that means that he's not really related. It's just a coincidence. Is that what they said? Red herring. What's the fish mean? Oh, I guess like he's not on the family tree then. So let's look up Jim Roottrees. Red herring, literally. Okay. Oh, this is we already looked him up. He was the singer, dude. Let's look up Lauren. Author Lauren Roottrees, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters. A distant relative. In the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty. When her publisher learned that she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottrees, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. A life between wars, untimely death of her husband in World War II. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, found a new life, extras in high school English classes. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans refer to as Court Jester series. You find she's retired. But we can look up her other name, though. And maybe we could look up her book too. I don't know if that would give us like any more information on. Oh yeah, the libraries. What was it called? A Life Between Wars. Let's look under... Ah, there we go. It seems you've hit the jackpot here. This book occasionally taught in schools. You can find a hardcover edition, a summary of the book, photos, as well as some particular relevant entries from the diary have been added. Yes, this is so important. We should look up her other book. No, here. She also made it. What was the other book she did? Romance in Court. Yeah, that's what I was. So that one wasn't important. The other stuff, that was important. Wow, look at all these pictures. Ho, 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 ho. This is great. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, the book was published in 65. Yeah. Revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son Clark alone, okay? Lauren never remarried and only had one child. To the board! I'm gonna assume that she would be in this era, somewhere in here. And it can't be them, can't be here, because she only had one child. So it's either gotta be here or here. It's one of the two. Here or here. Let's keep reading. By skimming the pages, you glean on following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth. Oh, this is important on her father's side. So she was the granddaughter, so yeah. On her father's side. Yeah. Keep going. Her mother's family was called the Cossels. The grouping of four is called another. Wait, say that again. The grouping of four. Well, oh, yeah. But okay, but though, on the list of where's it at? Notable Roottrees, she's on the list. Yeah, Lauren Roottries, she's on the list. So she has to be in one of the gold star areas. And there's only 2 available stars. There's this one that only had one child. And there's this one that only had one child. So it's one of those 2 places, but we just don't know yet which one. But I feel like we're close though. I would say her mother's family was called the Cossels, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottries Candy Company and helped write a legal document called Clance Trust. We should look that up. Clance Trust. It's clear from context the Roottries have internal shorthand names for different generations of their family. Oh. 5 pieces, the first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was in this generation. Okay. The Free Spirits. This would be the generation after Lauren's, including her son. Oh, this is also interesting. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the 5 pieces. This is all of them. Snap. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. Wait, what? This picture was famous in her house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. So that's her father? Oh, this was the 5 children. Oh, okay. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morton, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. Whew, there's a lot of names right now. I found out years later that they never even took a second photo. Oh, so they didn't get this second photo. So this is okay. But that's her Pop though. Ooh, did you guys hear that? It was a big clap of thunder. So cozy to be doing this mystery to some thunder. Okay. Oh, goodness. Look at all these people. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next generation. An attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in, since she's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. Oh. Oh man, that was a lot to sort out. Like that was a lot of names, a lot of pictures. That was a lot. That was probably like, what was that, 10 different names? But it was incredibly helpful. My goodness. Okay, so let's look up Clance Trust first. Because that was, what did she say? Her father, who she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company. So, okay. So then if that's the case, then looking at our evidence, that's Pop. That's her dad. Trust is highly unusual corporate arrangement named after Clancy Edward Roottrees, who was Elias's son. And the head lawyer at the time. Okay. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. Hold up. I've got to start writing this down. So you've got Elias and Gwyneth, right? And they've got the 5 children. Clancy was one of Elias's sons, and he was the head lawyer. I know. That's basically what my notepad is. All right, let's go back to the board. So we know that they had a son and his name was Clancy. So this is either Clancy or that's either Clancy. It's hard to say though, which... And he's not on the list of important figures. That would be really helpful. I have actually, Anna E has a big giant whiteboard sitting in the hallway. What if I just brought it in and stuck it behind me and let's just map this whole thing out. Oh, let's go back to the computer, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta have visual. You just gotta have visual. The actual numbers have never fully been disclosed to the public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, it is a significant amount of money. The Clan's Trust is known for being essentially impossible to get around due to many checks and balances written in it. There have been situations where family members have tried to forcibly remove another member from the trust. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecturer talk about the Roottrees versus RR. While looking into the Clan's Trust, you often find mentions to the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect at the same time. All right, let's look up this. It says, from what you can tell, RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow family member from the trust. So wouldn't that be one of the daughters? Raina, Riley, or Rose? In 94. It was said that RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock. And second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the clan's trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant of Elias Roottrees without completely dissolving the trust. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I remember this was way earlier in the game. We read something about somebody was having a child. Wait a minute. I remember. I think it, what? Yeah. No, I thought it was her at first. It wasn't them. So one of the daughters was trying to get another family member removed. Yes. You think it was sister to sister? Let's look up like his full name. Oh, this is the same information. Okay. We can look up the 5-piece guarantee. Oh, I'm telling you, there's drama in this family tree. The 5-piece guarantee is to ensure that the company would remain a family business for eternity. In isolation, it's somewhat baffling. The yearly salary of Roottrees' president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, this was 25 cents a year. Now it's closer to $4. Combined with the clan's trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president, and he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they would have a vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether or not this was a smart or successful decision is widely debated both online and in person by economic enthusiasts of all levels of expertise. This is so interesting. This is so good. No, what is this? Oh my goodness, look, there's more. Oh, I didn't realize. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwen, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. During the summer, where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had, and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my blonde hair to fit the 2 of them. What a mess. But she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. Oh! She's the first Roottrees woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I am jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? Wait, that is huge. She says she's single mother. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. None of them got divorced though. Well, maybe... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We need to look up her again one more time. Oh, okay, she did get divorced. I was about to say, what if she just split up, not divorced? Oh, maybe. So that has to be right then. But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me. And now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I'm also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwen. Got it. The husband died. Yep. But we do know that she's with someone named Clark. So, okay. So Lauren is with someone named Clark, and they have a child whose name is Gwen. All right, let's read the next one. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it for so long. With architects... this is getting juicy. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us, next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the Roottrees name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who has volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always had a very particular view when it comes to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next oldest of us all, but he just laughed. I never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back. Maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Oh my goodness. Okay. Entry titled Sam. So from a previous entry, you learned that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. And I'm not the only one to realize. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands EC and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on the way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all 3 are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? Okay. Last but not least, Clark. Clark's getting married and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18, and Danielle isn't much older, but openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of the generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Ugh. Okay. Raise your hand if your head hurts. Do you know which of the 5 pieces only had one child? Because that would be Gwen, the actress, right? I don't know. I guess. I really thought that was going to be Gwen because it's the only one that's been divorced. And that's the only one that said she's been divorced. So I assumed that was her. Well, it says split up. Do they all say split up? Yeah, they all say split up. So I would assume that that's where she goes, and she's a gold star. And see, the problem is if we could just find one of know where one of the gold stars goes, then we could definitely start putting some faces down. You talking about wait, go back. You talking about the actress Gwen? Oh, that's what I'm saying. So let's see. Let's read this again. Okay. Well, in this picture, I feel like will be very telling because we just learned a lot about each of these. We know that this is Pop, right? And Pop is referred to in some of the evidence pieces as the Clancy, right? I'm gonna try and map this out from an actual tree myself. So we have Lauren, right? She's married to a guy named Jacob. They have a son. His name is Clark, and he's a single standalone child. She never remarried. It's the only one. Her father, who she always refers to. So Lauren's father, he's Pop, or AKA Clancy, right? So he's one of the five pieces. So going back to this picture right here, this is Clancy. We know that. Yeah, Clancy's one of the children. Yeah. Okay, wait, let's see. I really think that 5 piece. Yeah, see, it says 5 pieces, right? Lauren's father was in this generation, so Clancy is a part of the 5 piece. Then you've got the next generation. Then you've got the free spirits. Yeah. All right, and so that was the highlights of that. Gwen, as an only child, it seems that everyone has See, I don't know who's Gwen. Oh, the entry seems to focus really on one of Lauren's family members, Gwen. Wait a minute. Is Gwen the actress lady? Yeah, okay, so Gwen. Gwen's an only child. So during the summer, where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot. So yes, that's what I was just about to connect. If she went to go stay with her and her Aunt Margot. Wait, hold on. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde. To her, I was the lucky cousin. She's the first Roottrie woman to be anything other than a housewife. So we know all the other occupations are going to be housewives. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwen. Lauren means Margot is Lauren's aunt. Well, I thought it... See, I thought it was saying not that, but that she's saying like so during the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I think she was talking about Gwen here, not Aunt Margot. I hoped Gwen would be the sister I never had and that I do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in. Oh, with the two of them. Okay, so she's a blonde. I see what you're saying. Okay. But I can't tell when she says Aunt Margot, like that's Lauren's perspective writing, so that would be her aunt, right? So not someone her age, but her mother. But I don't think she... Right, yes, but I don't think Margot wasn't one of the children that was listed, I don't think. So I wonder if Margot is the spouse. Let's look up Margolite Roottrie. Maybe we'll find out. Margot Light. Did I spell it right? I did. I'm gonna go for it. I think we do. Yeah, I think we do. I'm gonna keep reading this because I think it tells the rest. Okay. Clancy told me. Now Clancy is her pop, right? Pop. He was furious with architects, preachers, and lawyers. So that's all there. Nobody's got to. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay within Okay. An entry entitled Sam. So Sam is an obscure relative. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. So there's some kind of connection to Sam and Gwyneth. Or is Gwyneth the wife, actually? That's right, not Gwen. That's Gwyneth. That's the grandma. Oh no, you're good. No, that'd be a lot. That's a lot of notes to take. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. So Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us... So I'm going to assume that Angie, Lauren, Jacob, and Gwen are all a part of the next generation. Including Miracle's boys spent age, and I guess Miracle. And then Miracle's got some boys. Spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy. So now you've got Uncle Junior and Patsy somewhere. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farms, EC and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. Eli... So she's got Eli, who's the youngest. Mini bike. Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. Okay, and then this is the last one. Clark's getting married. So this is her son, the free spirit. He's 18. They all want to be artists. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Wait, Carl. That's the Roottrees sisters' dad. Pop forced Clancy, who's... Wait. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation... I think I have someone confused. Hold on. Hold up. I think I got Pop. Yes, I did make note of that. It's just plural brothers. But I think I got Pop and Clancy confused. No, that's not right. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottree Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clance Trust. So that's not right then. That's exactly right. That's exactly what I was thinking. How can Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy? But the way that she writes that, it makes it seem that Pop would be Elias and then Clancy would be the father of Carl. It's the way she writes it. And then it says, Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over the department once he retires. And as for me, based on the pirate story she spent with Jacob, even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, so Zach is her cousin. I wasn't sure about that. And he's president. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits and any other family, they'd all end up on the streets, even Clark. No, this is still Lauren. Because she says Clark and I are carrying on his name. I think these are all excerpts that she's written. Okay. Ugh. But what really is confusing to me is the pop, also known as Clancy. That really is so confusing. Because which is it? Is it Pop or is it Clancy? I mean, did Lauren's dad take the wife's last name or was that someone else's dad? Ooh, I don't know. So it says Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it. And the three of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well to say the least. And then you got all these people. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, she has Margot and Gwendolyn. Which did I write that down there by Gwen? What'd you say? Let's see. Where were you told the 5 pieces? Well, not consistently anywhere. They've just been kind of scattered throughout. Oh, Miracle's a he. I thought Miracle may have been a female. Because I know a Miracle who's a female in real life. Okay. Okay. Oh. Hold on, let me go back. These are, okay, the 5 pieces, yeah. So you're thinking that this is Margot because she's got blonde hair? It's true. Because she would be Aunt Margot, right? From Lauren's perspective, so she would have been in the 5-piece. Oh, okay. That does make sense. So, because if these are the 5 pieces, actually, yeah, let's like write out to the 5 pieces. Apparently, let's see 5 pieces. You've got, right, true. But you do have, so Pop is what they say. I'm gonna put Clancy question mark because I don't know. But it also doesn't say what their genders are either. However, I also haven't researched, hold on. I still have to research these two too. Miracle Jr., Lauren Roottrees. Oh, I had Lauren Roottrees. But I haven't looked up Miracle Jr. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle Roottrees? Some kind of production company. Miracle Roottree arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters. Ah, okay, this is good. So we know that Miracle's one of 5 piece. Oh, I don't know. I gotta look that up too. And also because brothers plural for that one family member as well. I wonder if he's the one with the eye patch. Oh, yes, he's the one with the eye patch, right? Because he's younger than all the rest of his siblings. Oh, and you know what else? You know what else? You see, now I don't know if it was just for these three, but it says siblings are in birth order oldest from youngest. And if that's the case, then Miracle would go over here. This would be Miracle. It would be the kid with the eye patch. Ah. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, wait. Keep it going. We gotta keep reading this. Come back to the computer. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained his sight to spread the healing word of the... Okay, this is it. 23 years later, Miracle Roottree Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Oh, via power of television, he became a preacher. Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across New England. He has since left the life of glamour and glitz behind to reach those places need it most. Blurb is a flyer about the tour. Oh my gosh, it's so like 90s looking. And a special appearance from celebrate with your pastor. Oh, okay, so that's Miracle Jr. That's Miracle the Third, and he's married to Nicole. Hey, this is very good. So where's the list again? Miracle Jr. is on the notable. Ah, this helps because this tells us that's Miracle Jr. And he had Miracle Third. This was a big break that we really needed. We really needed this. Okay, that's Miracle the Third. This is Miracle Jr. He's a preacher. Yes. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. Yes.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Yes. Oh, the satisfaction of getting that correct.
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Oh, so exciting.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Oh, we can do it. I don't want to put this game down. We can do it. So I just wanted to finish this up real quick because he is also a preacher. And he's the one that's married to Nicole. Is that right? Yeah. So I'm putting Nicole on here. Ooh, but we don't know what her name is. Nicole Madsen or Nicole Smith? Let's look up Miracle Roottree Jr. We just, okay, so, Nicole Smith, Nicole Madsen. And then we got to look at whatever you were saying, Tori, because we can probably fill that in too. So it's not that. Nicole Smith? Nope. That's fine though. That was a huge relief to have that kind of known. Now, the only other notable person that we had on the list, this must be what you're talking about, Tori, was Lauren, which means that she must go here. Yeah. This must be Lauren. Now she was a housewife, is that right? And she was the one that was married to Jacob? He's this one. Whew. Oh, I wonder if she'd be considered an author. That's true. That's true. That's a very good point. Sweet. This is great. Now she says in there Pop is Clancy. That has to be right though. And that this would be Pop. He was a lawyer. That was it. Oh my gosh. Yes. This is so satisfying. We're doing it. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Which that does mean that he obviously has a son called Clancy Jr. Oh, maybe that's the Clancy they're referring to. Is that what you're saying? That does make a lot of sense. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Whew. So, we had mentioned that Clancy was probably gonna be Carl's dad. But I want to just go back and make sure I'm reading that right. I think it was here, right? Ooh, right here. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. That makes sense. So Pop forced Clancy Jr. to send Carl to the academy. So this would be Clancy Jr. Okay, that's good. We have a ton of more evidence to look at, so let's start with this one. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damaged picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back of the photo is, couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. Oh, so these are her boys. So let's go back to the board. She has another picture. And then these are her two sons. Okay. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, to Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after him taking over. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Okay. This is Ernie. I think that was the guy that Carl took over from, like, right before he died. Oh, this is like a whole nother one. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 years or so, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Right here? Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, a childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Carolyn, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Ooh. Well, we know that this is Miracle Jr. We know that much. Back to Lauren, she noted somewhere Eli, not my brother, which would mean there's two Elis in the tree and one of them is her brother. Yes? Yes, very true. Oh yeah, look, there's a James Roottrie too. I can't tell which one is James Roottrie though. Yes, very true. Which means it's got to be one of these two. I wonder, can I look up? Let's see. Yeah, you have Elias M, Elias C, and Elias Jr. Yeah. Right. But where, though? That's the question. Let's keep reading. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It's a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, love is our future. The handwritten note says, Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation. CM. And then, what's this one? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we've like looked at everything. But really, honestly, our best bet was the fact that, oh, wait, we haven't built out her son. Her son was Jacob, right? No, her husband was Jacob. Her son was Clark. Yeah, Clark. Yeah, I don't think we've actually looked up his name. Hold on, I looked to see how you spell his name. Clark Rafferty. A few fan sites for the band Jim and Diamond seem to mention that he used to make music with Clark Rafferty. They mentioned an album called These Times. There we go. A band called C and J plus J and D. So he was released one single called These Times. Someone with the username Die Hard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently, this was Jim Roottree and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentions that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. Ah. These Times is an old single from folk group C and Che and J and D. You have a scan of the album as well as a recording of the title track. Okay. On it is a sticker that says MMM Magazine. So, which one? Go back to the other album cover. If I can tell. Let's see, where's it at? So this one, and so this must be Jim and Diamond. Yeah, I'm gonna play their song. And this must be Clark, and that's her sister. So so he was a singer? Or a musician? Oh, we're gonna jam out. Hold up. Are you ready? Here we go. It's so good.
Life is life, love shall be.
Me for you, you for me.
Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of
Okay.
what was we. With
The fact that they, like, whoever made this game also just, like, made up some, like, timepiece songs that sound like they're from that era, I'm so impressed.
Sauce behind old memories, but find their ways to different seas. Someday these times will all be over. Dew dries on the morning clover. So take my hand beneath the tree.
Okay,
And carve your
I have to skip it or I'll literally be I know it is really fun. I won't be able to, like, focus. I'll be, like, jamming the whole time. But I'm pretty sure that's Clark, though. Like, I'm pretty sure that's Clark. Every time you get 3 additional. Which ones have not been locked in? Yeah, but I don't know their occupation, though. They didn't lock this. Oh, because I don't know his occupation. Oh. Do-do-do-do. I think that's right. I know that on the other pieces of evidence, where is it at? This one? I don't know which one is the singer, though. It's so hard to tell. It could be this one. Why does that look like Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan in that new movie that just came out? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, hold on. Wait. Let me go do that. These Times? Wait, actually I did, didn't I? Yeah, that's how I found the thing. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot more information that came from her diary entries that I don't feel like I fully explored. There's also, like, who was he married to? Was that maybe Aunt Margot? I wouldn't imagine. No, Aunt Margot can't be here because that would be her mother. So that means that Aunt Margot is either on over there or over here. Oh, do we? Hold on. I don't. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because he got married really young. Danielle Franks. Let's read about it. Danielle Franks. Danielle Franks, yeah. Let me go back though. I just feel like there was so much information in this in all of her diary entries that could be used. You gotta like really like read over it carefully. On her father's side, yeah. Oh, the first generation of children. Yeah, next generation. Yeah, okay. Wait, well, yeah, we got that. Gwen was an only child, complained of loneliness. Told her, yeah. That's where the Aunt Margot comes in, but we don't know who she's with. Stuck with Clark. She's the first Roottrees that was not just a housewife. An entry entitled Dynasty from her diary. Elias announced he would step down as president. Clancy told me. Now, Clancy's her brother. Granddad was furious with architects, lawyers. Architects. I wonder if Clancy was an architect. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came to us next gens. Pop argued at length. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Oh, wait. So this is probably Zach, I think. No, I was going to say that I think if everything is going from oldest to youngest, if he's the firstborn of the firstborn, this would be the firstborn. And then he's going to be on this side over here. So that's actually something important to note. Right? He's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece, right? But, well, no, because then it says, after all, Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next oldest of us all. Oh, okay. So then Angie would actually go on over here on this side. Yeah. Or, no. Oh, Angie's older. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. But no. And Angie's but that doesn't mean though that they're siblings though, does it? I don't think that's what it's saying. Because it just says, after all, Angie's older than Zach. Because they could be cousins, right? Possibly. Well, I actually have to go.